Good morning. I haven't slept, so everything I'm about to say, I apologize for if it doesn't make any sense. Actually, I just recorded this exact same speech, and it took 15 minutes, and then it didn't load. So I'm going to give the condensed version of that speech. I'm going to talk about Kony 2012 for a second, and I didn't have time or patience to write this or type this, so I'm just going to speak to you all face-to-face, per se. So, here's the deal, here's the problem. A lot of people have been posting things such as, if you're just going to post a Facebook status, then you need to get off your ass and do something. Tweeting about something isn't going to change anything. You guys are a bunch of bandwagoners, on and on and on, which I totally get. I just want to say I completely understand that. Using Occupy Atlanta as an example, where people were saying Occupy Atlanta, and then nobody seemed to understand what that was about. And when it was Occupy Atlanta in the Woodruff Park, and there was things about gay oppression and civil rights, and that wasn't really what it was about at all. It was just kind of a bunch of kids sitting around making it look to society like exactly what it wasn't, which was awful. So I completely understand that. With Occupy Atlanta and the Occupy movement just behind us, I completely understand why people feel like this situation is the worst. Or why it's not worthy of all the attention it's getting. Now, if you've seen the video, then you understand, there's something on my nose, then you understand that it's about a guy who went to Uganda, saw that there was a bunch of kids being killed and trafficked and prostituted, all these awful things, under the orchestration of a man named Joseph Kony, interviews one of the kids named Jacob, gets really attached to this kid, and then devotes the rest of his life to trying to get this man out of Uganda and stop his reign. And he gets a bunch of supporters, a bunch of people call up to Congress and say, hey, we want you guys to support our cause. And then somebody finally listens, they actually go to the White House, and they go inside and meet people, and so they say, okay, we'll send troops out there. So send troops out there. Now, allegedly, at some point, Kony changed his tactics, so it got hard for him to find him, and then the Ugandan military did not have the resources to locate him. I understand that there's a lot of conspiracies about this, that there's a lot of doubt, and that is totally understandable and totally fine. I completely can see, I have no idea, is what I'm saying. I have no idea if this guy is a con man, or if this is even true, or I don't know. But I just want to touch on the fact that when people say that this is a bandwagon issue, I think that they don't understand that that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what it was designed to be. It's supposed to be a bandwagon issue. The point is to post Facebook statuses, because this issue was not at the forefront of our minds. So, people have been like, this happens every day, why is this one so important? That is the point, that it happens every day, and that none of it's ever important, because no one's ever thinking about it. Some people are, but typically me, my friends, people I know, they're not concerned about the horrors that go on in third world countries, or even our own country, every single day, that people just choose to ignore. And it's not until it's to the forefront of my mind that an issue is important. So it's not until someone kills my family member in a gang fight that I'm going to be really advocating against gang fights. However, say someone does kill my family member in a gang fight, and then I become passionate about getting rid of said gang. I don't have, as a regular citizen college student, the resources to stop this gang. And it happens every day that people are killed in gangs, all over. And no one really cares, until it happens to you. And the problem is that no one's going to stop it. I don't have the funds. The courts don't care. I'm not saying that, the judicial system hates everybody. I'm just saying that they don't have time to chase after gang, especially after it becomes kind of obsolete, or it's been years. There's other stuff going on. But if I was close friends with Ellen DeGeneres, for example, I'm sure that gang would get found and persecuted. See what I'm saying? Or prosecuted. Why did I say persecuted? So, that's kind of the mentality that this Jason Russell guy took on, was, this is really important to me, and this should be important to you, and this is why. And if you can take a few, and this video that he made was very well done, by making us all feel guilty about the fact that we're, you know, sitting in front of our computers at 9 o'clock in the morning, talking to a bunch of people that we don't really know, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? But the point is that he thought, okay, well, nobody knows about this except for the people that are already in my organization. And there's only so many steps that you can take. He can't call Justin Bieber. He's not that important. But Justin Bieber's fans, they're very important. They're very, very important. And if Justin Bieber wakes up in the morning and he has 200,000 tweets about Joseph Kony 2012, best believe he's going to check it out so that he can see what's important to his fans. And then he's going to say, oh, this is important, Joseph Kony 2012. And then the other 13 million people that follow him are going to say, oh, well, this is important to Justin Bieber, so it should be important to me. And then I'll reblog it. And that's exactly what he wants us to do. That's precisely what this whole thing was designed to do. And for some reason people don't understand that the extent should just be a tweet. Now, he does ask for donations. He asks for funding, which many charity organizations ask for. Like, everybody is going to ask for funding. And everybody, if you have a cause and you need money for it, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with asking for money. And there's nothing wrong with people not giving money, especially if the other, he looked at the world today, he looked at society and said, this is how people communicate. This is how I can get my cause to get solved. Is if Justin Bieber and Kim Kardashian and George Clooney are sitting around talking about how important this is, and then in turn people are texting and tweeting and calling and Facebooking senators and officials. These people are gonna get the attention of my cause, and then it'll be important. It'll be really important, even if it wasn't before. So for people that are like, well, this happens every day, everywhere, all the time, hundreds of people die like this all the time, does that mean that, so now one cause should be less important because it's made popular? So now this cause is popular, so it shouldn't, like a save everyone or save no one mentality? I don't think that that should be the debate, because this isn't a philosophy class, this is murder. And I don't know if this guy is a con man. He might be. He might be a con man. And he might be conning a lot of people out of their 30 minutes and their money. But the worst that can come of it is if, I mean, the celebrities, God forbid, they lose a couple $1,000s. They lose money. You know, you might lose money if this guy is a con man, but the worst that happens is that people are making an issue known. They're bringing murder and killing to the forefront of people's minds. That's exactly what he says he wants to happen, because it wasn't known. And maybe one day, I mean, I don't think that we're ever going to come to world peace, but I think that he's found out a great way for people to start being able to change things, because when he started it 10 years ago, all we had, did we even have MySpace? And God knows we didn't use MySpace for anything but just bitching, you know, and posting icons. I don't remember. And texting wasn't even around back then, 10 years ago. We didn't even have texting. Now we can use all these things. Celebrities can use all these things to get across to people. And this man, if he's a con man, he's brilliant, because elections are right around the corner. And if you think that a senator won't look at 40 million people who have viewed this video and say, oh, well, 40 million people feel like this is important, so if I want to vote, I should probably be the guy to get Kony out of Uganda. And then I can get endorsements from celebrities who think this is important. Maybe that's screwed up, but it's very realistic and very likely to happen, and it's very clever. So what I'm saying is, there isn't anything wrong with just posting a tweet. or just posting a status, or just making the poster your profile pic, because that's what you should do. You're just trying to make the cause known. And if you choose to donate money, if you choose to fund, then that's your prerogative. That's your business. And there's nothing wrong with being against a cause. There's nothing wrong with being against human trafficking. Nobody should be upset with you for supporting it. And there will be bandwagoners, and there will be people that won't watch the video. There will be people that don't really understand, but at least those people are communicating with each other and talking about it. Maybe one day we will be able to use these types of methods to further stop crimes. So that's all I have to say. If I was grammatically incorrect or politically incorrect at any point, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to yell at anybody or make anybody feel bad, but I just think that it's very rude to say that just because people, there are bandwagoners out there. There are people that didn't watch the video or wouldn't normally intend on donating money, but that doesn't make the issue any less relevant, and it doesn't make their actions of posting of status any less relevant, because that's what he wants. That's what we have to do to get this issue to be relevant to the people who actually can change things, because I can't hop in an airplane and go and catch Kony myself, and most people cannot, but Congress can. And if this is a real issue, and if the conspiracies aren't true, and this isn't a con, then this is very cool. It's very cool. And that's all I wanted to say. If you watched all of this, then God bless you. Have a good day.